Calls the Rock, plus Supermodel Giselle, and the Choir of the Passion of the Christ. Your local news is next.
Forecast first from KARK4 Weather.
We're looking out into your finally Friday, and it's going to be the last dry day we see until Monday. 40 degrees by 8 o'clock in the morning. Plenty of sunshine and a few clouds. They'll start to roll in late in the day. That could signal a very wet weekend. Will we see any thunderstorms, and will they be strong? Questions we'll answer in your forecast. But first, your news is now.
One of Arkansas's largest school districts believes it has the right candidate to head its schools, but he hasn't yet signed the contract. We tell you what big change board members are willing to make to school policy to get him here. It's our top story this Thursday, March 11th. Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us tonight for KARK4 News at 10. I'm Denise Whitaker.
Hello, good evening. I'm Bob Clausen. Nepotism, consolidation, and violence are some of the top issues we're following in our education check this evening, beginning in Pulaski County. North Little Rock Schools offered their superintendent position to Dr. Tom Kimbrell, who currently heads Paragoulds School District. The issue, he wants the option of bringing his wife along and work here as well. And a nepotism policy prevented that until tonight. KARK4's Mike Helgen joining us now live with the change. Mike.
For more than 15 years, North Little Rock Schools prevented anyone related to the superintendent or school board from taking a paid position in the district. Tonight, the school board unanimously changed that, but the new policy still prevents anyone from taking a position where they're evaluated by a relative. They hope it provides safeguards while attracting more quality candidates to the district. By blood or by marriage, relatives of anyone on this board couldn't be teachers or principals, janitors or aides in North Little Rock Schools.
All in favor, please designate by the usual sign of aye. Aye. Those opposed, no.
Not anymore.
We're not getting rid of the nepotism policy totally.
But the board's making it possible for the wife of the man who will likely replace outgoing Superintendent James Smith to take a job here too.
I believe our candidate is strong and would like to see his wife put her efforts in our school district.
Most places they ask is there a job possibly for their wife, and we'd much rather have them working for us than in another district.
The Pulaski County Special School District's nepotism policy says employees will not be assigned in any position where the employee would be responsible for a relative, and employees who are close relatives will not be assigned to the same administrative unit except by special permission of the superintendent. Little Rock's policy prohibits hiring a person who is related to his or her immediate supervisor.
To be fair to a new person coming in, I think you probably need to give this opportunity.
I think the board made a good decision tonight.
Because of tough competition. The board's president says current policy prevented some excellent educators from taking jobs in these schools, but she wouldn't favor eliminating it altogether.
We don't need to have employees evaluating their relatives.
The board does feel they found the perfect candidate to head their schools, and they're willing to change to keep him. The new policy must still be approved by a policy committee before it starts. As for signing that superintendent, the board is trying to get approval from state officials for a contract longer than 1 year. Now, the state set that as the limit for now because of uncertainties over consolidation. Reporting live, Mike Helgren, KARK4 News.
Mike, thanks very much. New at 10 o'clock, the Little Rock School District hired a private company to head its search for a new superintendent. The company is based out of Iowa. Yesterday, the group Concerned Citizens United held a rally to support interim superintendent Morris Holmes. He wants the job permanently. Holmes is a former principal at Central High School.
Honors students at one Arkansas State University dorm said they started getting hate letters after they replaced other students on the top floors last year. Some say that may have escalated to the beating of one student at the Jonesboro school. One student said 2 men entered his room on campus and beat him. A school spokesperson said the university is investigating that claim. He also said many of the messages have targeted homosexuals.
In a KARK4 follow-up, 2 school districts are one step closer to becoming one. Tonight, the Bryan School Board voted to annex the Parent School District, which was targeted for administrative consolidation. The Parent School Board okayed the move earlier this week. Progress also in the consolidation between the Sparkman and Harmony Grove school districts in South Arkansas. The Harmony Grove district updated its board on discussions between the 2 districts. They did that this evening.
You're paying more to improve education in Arkansas every time you buy something. Those extra pennies quickly add up, which is why state lawmakers work to find a different way to raise that money. They're looking for ways to diversify the state's tax base. Lawmakers pledged to study more options before the next regular session so new tax law can be written to help alleviate the stress of the added tax burden on Arkansas's poorest families. You might also pay more to the IRS this year. The tax agency's cracking down on those who try to cheat. Last year, overall audits rose 14%. That number increased 24% for those who make more than $100,000 a year. We all know the phrase, cheaters never prosper. Now the president's asking Congress to increase the IRS budget next year to pay more auditors to catch those cheaters. The money would pay for more than 5,000 new auditors and investigators.
No doubt, taxes are sure to be a major issue in the battle for the White House. So is money. And for the candidates, that means raising it.
We have had a fantastic day here today, and it's topped off by what is a successful effort to make sure that my campaign is properly fueled for the charge ahead.
President Bush visited New York today. First, he broke ground for a 9/11 memorial in an effort to push a theme key to his campaign, leadership in the war on terror. And tonight, the president attended a fundraiser with Governor George Pataki and former Mayor Rudy Giuliani by his side. President Bush did suffer somewhat of a setback. The Nebraska executive he chose to be his advisor on manufacturing removed himself from consideration